Oh,
Quick,
there goes
hide!
Bruce. Hide, Bruce, hide.
Hide, Bruce.
Oh, I said your
All
name.
right.
You're doomed.
There we go. I recognize that hand anywhere.
I recognize the shoulder and the sleeve.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, who'd like to start? Let's play some ukulele. I haven't played ukulele in a long time.
Ew.
That's the problem with every other week. Then I don't pick the thing up.
That's
But
the
I'm up. I'm
problem.
ready.
Well, we have three boys and three girls, so we'll be able to
Hmm.
do boy, girl, boy,
Oh,
girl.
I'll start. I don't. That doesn't bother me.
it's nothing to bother you. It's terrific, Michael. So, oh, wait. So, hold on. I just got to make sure I have your songs. Well, I think I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Which one you want to do first, there, Mikey?
A Bye Bye Blues.
Great choice. They changed the they changed the interface on this program, so it takes me another extra second.
Oh, that's devolution.
I don't even know what interface means.
Ha!
It's what you know. It's what you do. You know, it's the way the thing looks and where the buttons are and how the controls work.
Oh, okay.
The interface between you and the software program.
Got it.
Wait,
That
I
makes
didn't mute. I didn't mute myself, and now I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Never
never mind.
mind. All right. Oh, everyone can see. All right, Michael, it's all you, man.
Make sure your original sound for musicians is on.
Yeah.
There's a couple of chords here. The D flat seven is the same as a C sharp seven, which is I don't know if you can see this. It's like a D7, only the first fret. So you know how you play a D7, and then this is the C sharp seven or D
So
flat.
we're just borrowing the second fret. Is that right?
First bar the first fret and ring finger on the first string.
So it's 1 1 1 2.
It's
There's a
this.
picture of it at the bottom if you want to
Oh, it's
show.
just down a fret. That's all.
And so C sharp seven, D
One
flat
one one
seven,
two.
same thing. And the other oddball one is the F diminished,
Oh, no.
but to be honest,
I'm not doing that.
you could get away with
It's a great
playing the C sharp seven again if you want, and the G minor seven is the first two strings on the first fret, and the C augmented. So they're
And the banjo.
ones that we don't play all the time, but they're not particularly hard. So, and I'm gonna this this can go a little slower, a little faster. I'm gonna go in the middle. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Bye, bye, blues. Bye, bye, blue. Bells ring, birds sing. Sun is shining, no more pining. Just we two smiling through. Don't cry, don't sigh. Bye bye blues. Bye bye blues. Bye bye blues. Bye, bye, blues. Bye, bye, blues. Bells ring, birds sing, sun is shining, no more pining, just we two, smiling through. Don't cry, don't sigh, bye bye blues, bye bye blues, bye bye blues.
Oh, nice.
So that's that. Jerry
Very
and I were
nice.
talking about the older songs, the better they are. So I picked a couple old ones.
Yeah, nice
That's
kazoo.
great.
So
Nice
I don't know
kazoo.
why I don't know why that song. I knew that song from somewhere. I don't know. Maybe my grandmother sang it. I have no idea.
It's such a good song. Really fun to play.
So
Here it is.
the next one, there's not really any oddballs chords in it. I don't think.
B flat minor.
B flat minor. If you want, you can just bar the first three strings and don't play your top string. But that's what I'm gonna do. So this one everybody knows from Steve Martin singing it and the Jerk and
And Eddie Vedder does a beautiful job with it.
I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're part of my heart, but tonight you belong to me. When you're down by the stream, how very, very sweet it will seem once more just a dream by the silvery moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. When you're down by the stream, how very, very sweet it will seem once more just a dream by the silvery moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. Just a little old, just a little old, just a little old me.
Oh, that's a good one for you.
That's great, Mike. Thanks.
Great stuff.
That was really good.
1925 and 1926, you believe it?
Yeah. Let's go to Linda.
I remember Linda and Michael singing that song at the Yukon.
Yeah.
Right. We were Patience and Prudence. I don't know which one. I was probably Prudence.
Yeah, we won't be able to do that this year.
I know.
Why?
I picked out a couple that I think you'll like too, but
Because my dear friend's daughter is having a bridal shower, and I've known her since she was 3. The daughter, the little girl,
I know you
grown up.
you can't
You
ditch
gotta
the
go.
bridal shower.
And she lives in Wisconsin. I'm not going to be able to go to the wedding, so that's why.
Okay.
What did you pick out, Michael?
A couple of old folk songs about how nasty the politicians are and how
Mm.
it's the same idea today. Well, it's the same today.
Yeah, I was
Of
gonna say
course.
that doesn't sound old.
No, it's yeah, Phil Oakes and Tom Paxton. I
Nice.
think I already told
Hmm.
Jerry Lynn, but
All right. Well, first song I'm going to do by myself. It's my Valentine song. Kate Wolf, "Give Yourself to Love."
I like that song.
It was sung at our wedding.
It was
Oh.
sung by my late best friend. Yep.
Oh. So
Please,
how
thank
late was she?
She's very late now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right.
Let me scoot up a little bit.
Kind friends all gathered round, there's something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are as family and loneliness can't hide. You must give yourself to love if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. You must give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in fire, it's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you are ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It will be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. You must give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. You must give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter laughter and give yourself to love.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Wow, that was
That's a beautiful
fabulous.
song.
Precious song.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Wow. That was beautiful.
Is just Linda, is that in F? Is that in key of F?
No.
C. C,
Yeah.
F, and G.
Yeah.
Right.
Love.
Yeah.
Give yourself to
G
love.
Got it.
A minor. G. There you go.
I was trying
Wow,
to
beautiful.
hear what chords you were playing.
1645 or 1625. Right.
We took a little workshop on the Nashville. What is it called?
Nashville numbering system.
Yes.
That's the pop progression. The doo-wop progression is
Mm-hmm.
1625 or 1645.
Right. I call
So
it
that's
the
pretty much
no.
what you just did was so much the same progression,
Right.
but in a folk style.
Yeah, I call it the you cheated, you lied, you said that you loved me.
That's the one, yeah.
You cheated, you lied, you said that you love me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. So wait, tell me that again. So it's, do you say 1645?
1645, yeah. The A
So-
minor is the 6.
Right. So C, A minor, F, and G, or G7.
Well,
So-
G7 or G7.
Yeah, G7 is good for transitions. Oh, very cool. Okay, thanks.
5
All right.
always takes you back to 1.
Yeah, there's so many songs. I mean, so many 50s songs
Oh,
in
yeah.
that sequence. Oh, so many songs in general. It's a good sequence.
Yeah. Stand by me, right? Yeah.
Earth angel, Earth
There you go.
angel, will you be mine? Etc.
26 miles across the sea.
Santa Carolina is waiting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go on forever. Little darling, little darling. Oh, where are you? Hoopa, 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 oh, where?
Etc.
Etc.
That's so great.
I think it's Route 66 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I never
Now,
played.
Route 66 is a blues progression.
It's a blues program, a different one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
that's-
you know it, Angie, because
that's
you're
a
a
1,
blues
4, and
progression
5.
person. Well, the next song, if John puts it up, I have another one too. Oh, we can just keep playing the rock and roll progression.
That's fun too.
It
There you
certainly
go.
is. Yeah, I played this at the Folk Guild Saturday, as Jerry Lynn knows, and I just put the chords in for me and Bruce because I kind of just know it, and I put, and he's not singing, so he just needs the chords. So I'm sorry it doesn't go all the way through, but it's always the same. So
We're adults. We can handle it.
okay, John, I didn't know. Now I know.
Good.
Had a dog and his name was Blue. Had a dog and his name was Blue. Had a dog and his name was Blue. Bet you $5 he's a good dog too. Here, Blue. You good dog, you. Shouldered my gun and I tooted my horn. Gonna find a possum in the new ground corn. Old Blue barked and I went to see. Cornered a possum up in a tree. Here, Blue. I'm gonna tell you just to let you know. I'm gonna tell you just to let you know. I'm gonna tell you just to let you know that old Blue's gone where the good dogs go. Here, Blue, you good dog, you. Here, Blue, I'm a coming there too.
I really love
Wow,
Great.
wow, wow. I love that song.
Me
Yeah.
too. I haven't
I've-
sung it in like a trillion years.
So
I've
like,
never heard that song before.
No?
that.
No,
No, really?
really.
Dan,
I think I learned it, I don't know, I was in my 20s maybe, and I'd sing it now and again. But I never did sing that last verse, which I love. I found that, but I was looking up a million versions of it. I'm sorry, I see there are typos in it. I copied, cut and pasted things. That last verse came from, I think, Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
Yeah.
And the rest of it came from, well, I knew the rest of it, but it came from bluegrass something, strings something. But anyway,
Some website.
yeah,
traditional.
traditional. It's
Traditional.
traditional, darling.
Yeah, traditional. That's great. Thank you, Linda. All right, how about Nils?
All right. Now I understand what you meant by lead one and sing one, but I just
Yeah.
gave you one that I'm going to try to sing.
Okay, so I can display it or not. It's up to you.
So you always make the new people follow Linda, so you can totally humiliate them, right?
Well, thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. Let me see if I can get this up in front of me again. I just lost it. Ugh.
Now, Nils, I want to make sure you've got an original sound for music turned on.
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
You can, well, you can hear that?
Yep.
Okay, then I do.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I do with my song? There it is. Okay. So talking about old songs, this was written by Jimmy Cox in 1923. And he died in 1925. I don't know that, but it became a bit of a hit recently. Most recently, I guess Eric Clapton did a version of it in the 70s on Unplugged. And it was recorded by Betsy Smith for the first time and released 3 weeks before the Great Depression in 1929. So it was very prophetic, right? But I just love it. So nobody knows you when you're down and out. Let's see if I can start with, if you want to follow along, I don't know, I guess you guys, the chords are at the top of the page. There you go. So if you can follow along, sorry about, this is a work in progress for my class coming up in a couple of weeks, but. Yeah, well, there you go, that works. He's getting there. Okay. So I'm going to start with the second line to do a little intro. Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spent all my money, didn't have a care. Took my friends out for a mighty good time. Bought bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. Had no friends, had no place to go. I get my hands on $1 again, I'll hang on to it till that old eagle grins, because nobody knows you when you're down and out. I lost my page. I have to look at it. Oh, come on. Go back up here. Sorry. Nobody knows you. I got it now. When you're down and out, in your pocket, not one penny. Then as for friends, you ain't got any. When you get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be your long lost friend. I'll say it straight, without any doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. I said, nobody knows you when you're down and out. That's enough of that.
Oh, that was great.
Great one.
Nice job, Nils. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really good. It's a beautiful song.
Nice. Yeah, I know that song. I mean, I never played it, but I like
Yeah,
it.
I
it's
think-
been,
and
it's
this
been around.
notation-
Everybody covered that at one point or another.
The notation's pretty good too. Good work.
Yeah. When I do it with the class, I got a little solo that I'm working on too, but we're not going to do that today. So,
So your group is in Las Vegas,
yes,
and it's called Zooming Ukes.
Zooming Ukes.
Zooming Ukes.
That's us, yeah.
Zoom in the human.
Zooming Ukes. The Zoom thing came up and it said, "What are we doing? We're zooming Ukes." So,
That's great.
Uking on Zoom. So yeah, come join us. Actually, tomorrow we do it weekly at 1:30 Pacific time, so that would be 4:30 your time, and we'd love to have you.
Oh, 4:30. Oh.
What day is that again? I know you mentioned it.
Thursday afternoons. Thursday afternoon, yeah, and we do it 1:30 Pacific, so that would be 4:30 Eastern. For you snow for you snow shovelers out there.
Yeah, not much
Yeah.
snow around here these days.
Really? No?
No. Last year we had none. This year we had one snowstorm that was reasonable, but then it got warmer, so it went away.
We
I
ran
still have some snow.
So
John
I
lives
will-
in the hinterlands. Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you're up by Hunter Mountain, you said.
And the mountains are in good shape. The ski mountains is good skiing to be had. Very good. We are very happy as skiers.
My last New Jersey home was in Kinnelon, and I think the last year I was there, 2004, the winter of 2004, I swore I was shoveling that walk every week, and I was done with it. When I came to Las Vegas, I said, I'm done. No, thank you. No more snow shovels. Throw them away. So,
All right. How about Jerry Lynn? It's that time.
Corner time. But first, I wanted to reiterate what a nice job Linda and Bruce did at the Folk Guild. And thank you, Bruce, he said some nice things about me. That was really nice.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I already, like I don't even want to do the thing in September because so many people have come up nicely and said that they were too bad that I got canceled because of the snow. But I don't even want to do it now because I think I could just stand on my reputation.
That's right. Your reputation is yours to lose at this point, right?
Oh. Oh.
Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, that
This
was the
one
one
might look-
snowstorm. Your night.
I know.
The
This
one.
one life
the one-
looks like Easy Street. There's danger at your door.
Ooh, Dire Wolf.
We sang that
Well,
one.
This is the corner
Uncle John's
topic.
band.
It kind of everybody's been circling around this guy in a way, although he's a little earlier. But anyway, it's Robert Johnson. Why have I not done a corner about Robert Johnson before? So here's a guy who's been so very influential to music.
We could have guessed that.
Yeah, we know very little about him. And many people have gone on the quest for information, and now it's just a tangled mess of a few verified truths, a lot of conjecture, and a ton of myth. Here's what we know about him.
Continue.
Shit.
You tell?
Oh,
I did.
Sorry.
Yes, I did.
who let the dogs in?
Not our dog. We got a poodle.
No, that's my dog. I have to go let her out. Hang on.
You want to do that?
I'm
Well,
just sorry. You keep going.
okay.
Never mind me.
So he was probably born May 8th, 1911 in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, to Julia Major Dodds. She was married to Charles Dodds. They had 10 children. She had 10 children with her husband, Charles, who was a relatively prosperous landowner and furniture maker. Somewhere along the line, she had Robert Johnson with a man named Noah Johnson, who was 10 years older than her husband. I don't know what happened there. Um, so she had 11 children altogether. And Charles Dodd, the husband, left town previous to that because he had been forced by a lynch mob to leave town after he had some kind of dispute with some white landowners. Can you
The
imagine?
haze from
He had
her
to hightail him
monitor.
out of there, otherwise he was going to
The
get lynched.
haze. I think it's from her monitor.
Yeah, so not sure when that was, but in less than 2 years, she left town with baby Robert. And then within 2 more years, she returned to Memphis to live back with her husband, Charles, who had changed his name to Charles Spencer because they were probably still after him for whatever reason. So he had a pretty weird start. He spent the next 8 or 9 years growing up in Memphis and attending the Keynes Avenue Colored School. He acquired his I have a I typed something. This makes no sense, and I don't know what it's supposed to say. It says, I'm sorry, this kind of stuff tickles me. I can't even say it. He acquired his Leo. I think it means love. He acquired his love for and knowledge of blues and popular music there. He didn't acquire his Leo. All right. His urban context. Sometimes I just lose it like this. I'm sorry. His urban context placed him far apart from the other contemporary rural blues musicians. He was not what we think. He was from a well-to-do, prosperous family. He had a lot of education. He was in an urban area where a lot of the singers around then, were back on their barn making instruments out of, milk buckets and stuff. So around 1919, his mother married a sharecropper named Dusty Willis, and they moved to the Mississippi Delta and they lived on a plantation. And Dusty was 24 years younger than his mother. I'd like to know more about his mother. As a youth, he was already known for playing the harmonica and the jaw harp. So when he was told about his biological father, he decided to take that name, Robert Johnson. All right, so time passed a little bit, and by 1929, Robert Johnson married a 14-year-old called Virginia Travis. And shortly after they were married, she died in childbirth, and so did the baby. Some relatives said that it was punishment from God for him singing secular music, which was known at the time of selling your soul to the devil. So somewhere around this time, he met the musician Sunhouse, and because Sunhouse had moved to the same town that he was in, and Sunhouse said that Robert was a competent harmonica player, but an embarrassingly bad guitarist, like really bad. So Johnson left the area for several months, maybe about 6 months, and he learned to play better from a man named Isaiah Zimmerman. And Zimmerman was rumored to have learned how to play supernaturally because he practiced in graveyards. And they both actually practiced in graveyards because it was, a quiet place to go. And Robert Johnson did write a song called Crossroads. I went down to the crossroad, fell down on my knees, asked the Lord above, have mercy. Now save poor Bob, if you please. I'm standing at the crossroad, babe. I believe I'm sinking down. Then he fathered a child with a woman named Virgie Mae Smith. who ended up to be his only living, his only verifiable descendant. His name was Claude Johnson, and he was a musician also. Then he married a woman named Coletta Craft in 1932, and she died right away in 1933. Then he just decided to be a rambler, which I can't blame him for, with all the bad luck. And sometimes a man named Johnny Shines accompanied him. So they got some information out of this Johnny Shines because he lived for quite a while, to 83, I think. But it's hard to track where he went because Robert Johnson often used up to 8 different last names. So who knows what he was doing. Shines said that he was a very friendly person, even though he would be sulky at times. And he often, like right in the middle of things, would just walk off into the sunset at unexpected times. You might be playing with him on a street corner or having dinner, and he would just get up and go. And he could pick up tunes at first hearing. So as he was traveling around, and they think he went as far as New York City. I mean, he just picked up all kinds of songs and all kinds of styles. He also had a supposedly an uncanny ability to establish a rapport with his audience no matter where he was. He was just a real likable kind of guy. Then he developed a long-term friendship with Estella Coleman, but that didn't really stop him from courting women all over the place. Especially he would zoom in on the homely ones in town so he could get a place to stay for the night. Around 1936, he sought out a guy who ran a general store who knew a record label guy who introduced him to this guy called Don Law. And we have Don Law to thank because he got 2 recordings out of Robert Johnson, one in San Antonio and one in Dallas, Texas. That's it. That's all we got. I think my notes are kind of out of order. Because I started talking about the crossroads. You know how that's the myth that he went to the crossroads and had a pact with the devil. So he sold his soul so he could play music better. That was, the typical Faust story, which was the same thing. But anyway, let's do. I'm out of order. I'm so sorry. I label my things wrong here. I don't. All right. Well, I'm just gonna skip. Boy, am I doing a great job? Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing terrific.
So there's a song called "They're Red Hot," and we know it as "Hot Tamales." It was recorded on one of those sessions, November 27, 1936, in an improvised studio in the Gunter Hotel in San Antonio. And it was issued as a single as the A side, and the B side was "Come On in My Kitchen." And this song, "Hot Tamales," is, not one of his, it's an upbeat song compared to his usual ones. And he was known to play mostly popular songs as he roamed around in juke joints and street corners. And that makes sense. I mean, why would you play your own original music? You wanted to please people and get some money thrown at you. And he was often looking for women to put him up in the night for the night. And apparently he could be quite the charmer, and he almost always slept nice and cozy no matter what town he was in. So the tamale, to change topics, was actually a favorite food of African Americans back then in the South because it was portable, easy to prepare and eat, and there was lots of to-go stands, hot tamale stands where you could find tamale vendors were kind of all over the Mississippi Delta. And those little red hot candies, Red Hots, those were named after the song. So the song's about tamales, or it could be about sex and working girls, or maybe it's about both of them. Either way, it's considered hokum music that was popular back in the 20s and 30s, kind of similar to ragtime, but it was a much faster pace than blues. And I listened to him sing this song, and it was flying by, so we're going to do it fast. It's more like a simple, it wasn't, complexly written. It was just a simple minstrel show tune. So, here's what I wanted to say. People think of Robert Johnson as this tortured person who only sang sad songs and sold his soul to the devil. And that's, that myth has been circulating for years, and it's based on the Faust thing where he was thirsting for power and knowledge, and he made a pact with the devil. So anyway, Let's go to book one, page 19. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Okay, just gonna jump right in. Are we ready? Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. I got a girl, says she's long and tall. She sleeps in the kitchen with her feet in the hall. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale, I mean. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. She got 2 for a nickel, got 4 for a dime. I would sell you more, but they ain't none of mine. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale, I mean. Yeah, she got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. I got a letter from a girl in the room. Now she's something good. She's gotta bring it home soon. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale, I mean. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. The Billy got back in a bumblebee nest. Ever since then he can't take his rest. Hot tamales, they're red hot. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale, I mean. Yeah, she's got 'em for sale. Hot tamales.
Jerry.
Yay!
Hey, Jerry Lynn.
Wonderful.
There's another candy. There's red hots, those little round ones, but there's also hot tamales.
There are.
And
just-
Yeah, yeah,
I
hot
personally
tamales.
love them.
yeah, they're
They
good.
make my tongue hurt sometimes, but they're good.
And now we have those atomic fireball things too.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, yeah. That's
yeah.
that's called
Atomic
the dentist's
fireballs.
friend.
Atomic fireballs.
That
How
was,
can I crack my tooth? Let me count the ways.
Well, I found, and then there's liquor that way too, Fireball liquor.
yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
I
Yeah,
found a
yeah.
little bottle of it on the slopes the other day,
And?
and I have it. It's mine.
Finders keep.
Yeah, finders keepers. What am I gonna, go? Excuse me, who lost this liquor? It was
That's
unopened. So
Oh, so it's for some cold night, huh?
oh yeah.
I used to do a highway cleanup, through Sam's Club. A bunch of us would go out there, and it was the number one items that we'd find along the side of the road. Those little bottles.
Wow.
Oh.
And in on 9W, all kinds of sleazy stuff. Lots of underwear,
Ooh.
things I won't mention, but yeah, I don't know what was going
Oh,
on.
I can imagine what you're saying.
I do know what's going on. Come on.
Jeez. All right. So, Sweet Home Chicago. I really wanted to lead Hellhounds on my trail, but because I listened to it and we can't even get close to the pain and the sound of him doing it. So I would encourage you to go listen to it. That is one wicked song, Hellhounds on my trail.
Hellhounds on my trail, Robert Johnson.
Yeah, wow. I mean, you just hear everything in there. Ever since he did that, you hear everybody else. You hear the Stones, you hear Dylan, you hear everybody in there. So anyway, no one really knows if he visited Chicago, and they think Sweet Home Chicago might just be a metaphorical kind of place, combining the elements of the North and the West, which would be farther away from the racism and the poverty of the Mississippi Delta in 1936. I think I kind of believe that. I know he went as far as D.C. and he went around, the circuit, like by Des Moines and all, like a big circle. But we really don't know if he went to Chicago or not. But this melody from Sweet Home Chicago was found in other blues songs. In case it sounds familiar to you, it was in Honey Dripper Blues number 2. I can't even hear it in my head. Don't you want to go? Oh, my days are so long, babe. You know, my nights are lonesome too. Oh, the days are so long, babe. You know, my nights are lonesome too. I can't find my honey dripper, Lord. I don't know what to do. And Kokomo blues. Baby, don't you want to go? Pack your little suitcase. Papa's going to Kokomo. So anyway, that melody's been around for a while. Kokomo. Um, all right, in this version, which I guess is the Blues Brothers version, there's something wrong with this. I printed it, oops, I printed it fast. It's not right. I can't sing it and it's not right. But anyway, he sings back to the land of California, to my sweet home Chicago. And you're like, how? That doesn't make geographical sense. And it has been perplexing people for years. Um, I think it's just like they said, a metaphorical thing, like California is a concept. Chicago is a real place, but you would get, they're both like paradises. So don't you want to go to paradise with me? I think that's what it is. There's also a theory that he was being funny in trying to lure a woman to Chicago, but using this blatant geographical ignorance reveals his attempt to deceive her. That was somebody's theory. But anyway, I think they're places of paradise, or, you know, place he'd like to escape to. Anyway, I can't do this at all. We might do, I don't even know what the chord is. It might be A on the go of Chicago, but there's something wrong here. All right. Is this the same one? Yeah. Baby, don't you wanna go? Baby, don't you wanna go back to the land of California, to my sweet home Chicago? See, that's another chord. I don't know what it is. Oh, baby, don't you wanna go? Oh, baby, don't you wanna go back to the land of California, to my sweet home Chicago? Oh, what's the chord? One and one is two, two and two is four. I'm heavy loaded, baby. I gotta go. I think I better stop. Ooh. You can sing this on your own. Da, 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 da. There's just something wrong.
Yeah, you'd have to hear it, I guess.
Do you know the song, John?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, if you heard it done correctly,
I
you'd
could put it up on YouTube.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. You
I mean,
you keep talking a little bit.
Blues scale, that was totally right.
It's usually
The Blues Brothers version is going to be a lot different from the Robert Johnson version.
Oh, really?
I probably when I'm having trouble because I'm looking at this and I'm hearing something else.
the one you got up there is it starts with A7, D7,
Yes,
and then
it's
E-
different than what you were saying.
then E7 would be the other chord. So I don't know what. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what key you were playing it in, but it wasn't. You weren't playing what was up there. So, and you got that little turnaround like this.
Nice.
Right? So it's an A7. It's just a 12-bar blues configuration. A7, D7, back to A7, and then D7. Baby, don't you wanna go now to the E7, to that land of Chicago, sweet home Chicago, and that's pretty much the whole song.
Ooh, I'm playing it.
Hey, baby, don't you wanna go? But you did great work on that Robert Johnson story. That's awesome.
Oh, well, there's more.
Yeah, I bet. I've seen a lot of the documentaries they have about him and whatnot, and that's a lot more information than I ever got out of them.
Yeah, I was at it for about 3 hours digging around.
Yeah, Sonny Boy Williamson, I think, was his cousin, and he was supposedly there when he died. And there's, yeah, and Supposedly Robert Johnson was poisoned for screwing around with the bartender's wife. That's the story that goes on there, right? So, yeah.
It says there still and always will be a mystery about his death. There is a death certificate that they found 30 years later, but it doesn't say much. It says he died August 16th, 1938 at the age of 27 near Greenwood, Mississippi. And the death certificate doesn't list an immediate cause of death. It was determined, it said on Wikipedia, but who knows how, that he had congenital syphilis. That's the kind that's passed from the mother at birth. Remember his mother with the 10 kids, and then the 11th one, and then she was with somebody older, and then she was with somebody younger, and then she's moved around. So medical people believe that syphilis was a contributing factor to his death. He also had very long hands and one bad eye, which might have been signs of Marfan syndrome, which can lead to serious complications with your heart. And no one ever mentioned how tall he was, but if you see tall, really tall people with long fingers, they might have that syndrome. And then there's the story that's he was playing at a dance place for a couple of weeks about 15 miles from Greenwood, and that he was murdered, poisoned by a liquid in a whiskey bottle that a woman gave him from her husband. And then, like you just said, the musician Sonny Boy Williamson was there that night. And he said that he knocked the bottle out of Robert Johnson's hands, saying, "You should never drink from a bottle that you didn't open yourself." Then another bottle was offered to him, and it had poison in it, and he drank it. And then the next 3 days, he was in agony, and he finally died. Some people say it was strychnine that was in the bottle, but then there's other people that say that taste is so awful and it cannot be disguised that you would never drink enough strychnine to. And you would die quickly if you had drunk strychnine. Other people said it was naphthalene from dissolved mothballs, which is really sinister, and I can see that happening with poor people because you would have access to mothballs. Anyway, he died. No one was sure where he's buried. There's 3 likely spots, and all 3 have had like markers and memorials put up for him by different organizations and people. But since he was poor, he might have just been placed in a pauper's grave near where he died instead of dragging him 15 miles to some other cemetery. Anyway, John Hammond, the executor from Columbia Records, wanted to get Johnson to record for him, and he was trying to do that when he sadly found out that he had died by then. And Hammond did release an album in 1961 called King of the Delta Blues Singers, and that kind of helped launch his revival. When he was alive, he did sell 5,000 copies of Terraplane Blues, which was a pretty respectable number of sales, and it was his like only taste of fame. But he had a little of it. He had a little taste. And just to make this whole story more nuts, I went down another rabbit hole with this guy named Matt McCormick. Apparently, he was like this genius writer. He was totally obsessed with Robert Johnson, and he did major, extensive work on Robert Johnson, traveled all over, talked to hundreds of people, but he had mental issues and he had arguments with the publishers, and all of his piles of research, like piles and piles of research, just sat around for years. And then this guy whose name I can't remember, sort of finished the book, compiled it the best he could, and he wrote a book which I think came out last year called Biography of a Phantom, and I want to read that. So that's all I know. But yeah, it's a big mystery, his life. I mean, we're probably never going to know, but this might be as close as we're going to get with all that. The guy had done this, I mean, he was just crazy. He just wrote with this, I think they said it's like 72,000 pages or something that this guy had written about Robert Johnson. Anyway.
Fascinating. Great stuff.
Very good.
As the father of the blues, right? Everybody goes back to Charlie Patton and W.C. Handy. But W.C. Handy was a performer. He was a top level performer on stage and whatnot. These guys, Charlie Patton was, I think, from Parchment's Farm, or something. These guys were playing juke joints and that kind of thing. And, and it's funny, Son House criticizing Robert's playing, I guess when he was just a fly in the ointment. Son House and Willie Brown. Willie Brown wrote the Mississippi Blues, which is a great little fingerstyle piece. They used to play together all the time, and supposedly Robert wanted to play on breaks, and they would try to chase him away. It was horrible, and he disappeared for that year or 6 months, and came back, and he was great, and he just blew everybody off the stage. So, I mean, great
That's
stuff.
probably because of that quickness of learning.
Yeah,
You know, he got masterful. You know, he was awful, and then he got masterful very quickly. That's because he sold his soul to the devil.
right. But Son House played a resonator with a slide all the time. So he wasn't really any great guitar player, but he was just, he banged on the thing. And look up Son House sometime, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
you could delve into this and for
Yeah. You were talking about them making guitars out of anything, right? So here's one of my cigar box creations.
oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. So they were fun. And you kind of play it with it. So
that's pretty cool.
That sounds old
Yeah.
time.
I made a bunch of them. That's how I got into the ukulele business. My granddaughter, when she was 6, wanted one of those, so I made her a ukulele out of a cigar box instead. And then I started playing that, and I said, that's fun. So I bought myself a ukulele. Actually, I made myself a cigar box ukulele first, and then I bought the Kala after that, because they were much better than mine. Yeah.
I'm sorry I screwed up Chicago. I don't know where I went there.
It's all right, Jerry Lynn. Are we good? Corner?
I was over.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's up. I'm up. I'm gonna play, and I'll put these up because they're both good. Am I in the right book? So I was gonna play Red Hot.
Uh-oh.
Well, I changed very quickly because I'm not getting in your way. I was gonna make you do something different.
I wanted to do Love in Vain. I love that song, but again, I can't pull off that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play Tell Everybody I Know.
That's a direct descendant of Robert Johnson.
It absolutely is. This is in book 1, page 39. I don't know if I'll do it justice, but you know, come on. It's no secret, I don't care. Gonna shout out everywhere. I love my baby up, down, high, and low. I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. In the evening in my bed, I hear voices in my head. They say never, never ever let her go. Well, I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. Other women don't mean a thing to me. You can pick them up, drop them all in the sea. Well, if I got no money, she don't care. Open up her pocketbook and pay my fare. I know she loves me, hot, cold, fast or slow. But I love my baby, gonna love everybody I know. Other women don't mean a thing to me. 'em up, drop 'em all in the sea. And I got no money, she don't care. Open up a pocketbook and pay my fare. I love my baby up, down, high, and low. I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know.
Good one.
That was fun.
Good one. We haven't done that one in
Yeah,
a long
thanks.
time.
And then I was gonna do. Hold on, let's just find it. I think of you. This is on page 22. We got here. There it is. I'm in the city, I think of you. Lost in a crowd, I think of you. I always pass and all I do is close my eyes and think of you. I'm on a train, I think of you. Walk in the rain, I think of you. When we're apart, I feel so blue. Soothes my heart to think of you. I can't get you off my mind. Day apart is like a lifetime. You make me believe that dreams come true. Life is short, years rush by. When you find love, don't let it die. Such a brilliant butterfly I found in you. Gaze at the stars, I think of you. Count the hours till we rendezvous. Until as your smile comes into view, I close my eyes and I think of you. I can't get you off my mind. My world revolves around your sunshine. Every time a kiss feels brand new. Baby, I'm in the city, I think of you. Lost in a crowd, I think of you. Until I see those baby blues, close my eyes and I'll think of you. Think of you.
Nice.
Thanks. Thanks.
That's such a winning song.
It's such a great song, right?
Great job.
Thank you. Okay, Angie.
Last but not least.
I'm saving the best for last.
Angie's muted. Huh?
Not to put you on the spot, Angie, but you know.
Uh-oh.
What do I have? Oh, okay, good. Here we go. Wait, 120. You can talk. I'll line up this song.
You were muted.
Oh, I was learning a little bit about the pentatonic scale. It's kind of,
Ooh.
Ooh, cool.
and the riff in My Girl is supposed to be based on that.
Bum, 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 bum. That.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure it out, but I'm also working on ear training. I just don't hear it. But maybe by next week I'll have the riff.
Cool. Pentatonic
Cool. Well, we'll
scale.
just hear the song.
Yeah.
Here it is. My
Boy, that's
Girl.
why I picked it.
You can do it.
I can do it.
You've done it.
It seems like rocks between C and F a little more than it shows on this sheet, though. Okay. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day, and when it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl, my girl. I've got so much honey, the birds envy me. I've got a sweeter song, baby, than the birds and the bees. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl, my girl. I don't need no money, fortune or fame. I've got all the riches, baby, one man can claim. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl, my girl, my girl. Ah, that's it.
That was great. That was great, Angie.
Yeah.
That was. I'm so impressed. Your voice is just coming out. It's fabulous.
Beautiful.
Thank
Thank you.
you. And maybe next week I'll have the riff. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll
I've
work on
never, I never got, rocking between C and F back and forth. Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't quite get it. I was practicing a little bit today, but I've got those little cuts in my fingers, so I think everybody has them this time. If
We all
you,
get them, yeah.
yeah.
That was terrific. I'm so happy.
Confidence
This was a
level.
fun night. Great songs. The corner was so interesting. That's a lot of living he did in a short time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the first one of the 27 club,
Ah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy and
Oh.
Cass
Oh.
Elliott,
Jimmy Janis, Cass Elliot, Jim Croce,
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison, and
Someone
now
with J's in their name.
Hmm?
Robert Johnson. They all
oh
have
Pigpen
Jason
too.
names.
Pigpen.
Oh,
The Big
Pigpen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like around the same age as these guys. I was like, going, "What are you doing?" Oh my God, they're all killing themselves, basically.
Pigpen really did, didn't he?
He drank a lot.
Yeah. Well, this was really fun, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
terrific
It was
night.
Great.
Yeah.
Great music.
Thanks for putting it together.
Yeah, thanks for having
thank
us.
you.
Thanks for having
Get
me.
together.
You're
Yeah, that's
such a
great.
lovely audience. We'd like to take you home with us.
Yup.
We'd love to take you home.
Well, we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
All right.
We're very old-timey today, right? Everybody
Oh.
had a 1920s song. That was great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that work on research on Robert Johnson.
And
I
then one,
see.
I think
I'm
you
going to have to
queued up
listen to
some-
Hounds on My Trail.
Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah,
it just,
queued up.
that song just got me.
So Niels, is your group also like this one where you lead each other or no?
Well,
Or just take
it's
turns
pretty
singing?
much like an open mic session. You're a little bit more organized than we are. I just ask people to send a song or just show up and sing one if you want to. And
Okay.
sometimes we get maybe 15, 16 people. Pretty much the same group every week. They all come. And it's just about having a lot of fun. not everybody is as talented as you guys are, though. I'll have to say that.
No.
Sometimes it's a little scratchy, sometimes it's a little hard to listen to, but we just love them. Love them
Yeah, but
anyhow.
you know, ukulele players, it's like, okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
And I told them, in fact, you know, one of the things that I have been, um, when the camera goes on, the brain goes off, shuts off. But the more you turn the camera on, the better the brain starts to react to it. So it's really good practice to get in front of the camera and just do it. And they show up every week. Some people just come to listen. I've a lady from Minnesota that joins us, and a couple from different parts of the country. There's a gentleman that has come to Las Vegas to visit, and every once in a while he shows up from the UK. So,
Yeah, we used to get people from like
yeah,
Germany and stuff during the
yeah,
pandemic. We had a
yeah.
lot. We had people. Whoop, sorry,
But
from
I
all
found
over.
you in the ukulele magazine. There was something in there that
Yeah.
had your little website in it, and I
Oh,
went and
yeah.
looked at it and said, "Oh, I have to go see that."